Yeah, woo. Baguettes and petty shit, roll off the tongue, world freeze when I speak. Got ice in my love, know that talk ain't cheap, is why I stay speaking up. Ain't no competition, got these lanes fake keeping up. Keep it up, fine dine living in my prime with some fine wine, prime time sipping, hard work paying off when you stand on business. Been a star for a minute in the limelight, chillin'. Gotta try to live in my shoes, these type of views make problems I be going through so minuscule. No Tyler, I be flowing through these waters, my destination should be showing proof. Control and move, I'm so improved. Never had time talking about who knowing who. Ooh, I'm your girl's most listened to. You should try a little harder, she can notice you. G. Every single thing I touch, blow up, can't keep my hands to myself. Why would you think I won't?
Hi, Airick G.
What up?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you. So I want to ask, how old are you, first of all?
I'm 27.
27?
27, yep.
So how old were you when you started your music journey? How long have you been doing this for?
It feels like my whole life. I feel like my journey started in high school, as many artists probably say, you know what I'm saying? First album I ever heard that kind of got me into music was an album by an artist that I still love to this day. His name's Kid Cudi. Who doesn't love Kid Cudi? I heard Indica and Man on the Moon and all those albums, and that's kind of what like started my journey in high school. I'm like, I love this. Like, I want to do music. I just don't know how to navigate it. Like, where do you start? Years later, you just keep going, building, and now we're here.
So Kid Cudi was one of your big influences. Are there any other
for sure
inspirations that you
Yeah. Well, Kid Cudi, I feel like was my inspiration when I like introduced the music to me. Right now, my biggest inspiration, and he is like so dope. Anybody that's listening to this right now, you guys too in the room, listen to this artist other than Airick G. But his name is Rex Life Raj. He is amazing. I met him at a Grammy pre-party back like a few years back. He's amazing.
Is there ever a time you've questioned your decision to make music?
For sure. I think every day. I feel like as an artist, you're sacrificing a lot to do this, and not a lot of people know that. They don't understand that. They hear the song once it's out. Oh, cool! Like he went to the studio, recorded it, whoop-de-whoop, whatever. Like there's so many things that happen behind the scenes that the artist goes through, and it's a sacrifice for real, you know. So there's never been a day that I love this is my life, and I'll never stop, you know. But there has been days where I'm just like, dang, like it's a rough day today, you know what I'm saying? But you still push yourself and you go to the studio and you make the greatest song ever, and even though you just, you know what I'm saying, like it's a sacrifice. So
yeah,
definitely.
Well, that's a good way to put it, is you do sacrifice a lot, especially when you're starting up. Have you ever regretted any of the sacrifices you've made for your music?
Yeah, no, for sure I have. You know, when artists say like there's a lot that they sacrifice for the music, in particular for me, I've sacrificed a lot with like family, friendships, relationships, I think is a big one for me. Like I was in a relationship for like 7 years, and you're in a relationship for that long and there's music and you're in the entertainment industry and you're trying to chase this thing, it's not your everyday job that people, your 9 to 5, and you know what I'm saying? It's different. And if you're with somebody that understands it, maybe it could work. And if they don't understand it, that's a sacrifice and takes a toll on relationships.
Right.
You know, you have to be with the right person that understands, and there's a lot more to it, but there's definitely things I wish I could have done differently with the music. But at the end of the day, the music has always been there.
So you've mentioned going to like Grammy parties, other podcasts. What else have you done?
So my manager, which is Angel, shout out Angel. That's my boy.
Do you have a manager?
My music manager, yeah,
Perfect.
Angel. He's helped me through so much in my life. Like he's done a lot for me. He's helped me through a lot. Like that's how I was able to do a lot of things early on in my career. So that's what I'm grateful for, because in my position when I first started doing music, I feel like I had a 10-year like advance because he taught me so much in the industry. I was around, like he invited me out to Power 106, which is a local radio station here in LA, and I've been there a few times, and that was like a dream come true right off the bat. Like I'm like, Power 106, like this is in the big leagues, you know what I'm saying? I've been there a couple times. It was amazing. Angel's the reason why I've been on the radio before. He's the reason that I went to Power 106. It's like the Liftoff, which is like their festival that they have every year.
Yeah, I've
and
heard
that
a
was the
lot.
first time I ever in my life went backstage, like with like the artists. I met like G-Eazy that day, Ty Dolla $ign,
Ooh.
YG, like all these artists, and I couldn't have done it without Angel.
Okay, so what genre do you consider your music? What would you say?
Hip hop, R&B, but I fall in this category that not a lot of people talk about, and my music is feel good music.
Feel good music. Love
Feel
that.
good music.
Like vibey.
A lot of people when I first started doing music, they'd always be like, oh, like, what do you do? You're a rapper. Okay, you do like the mumble rap, this and that. Not to bash on that. Like, that is cool when you're partying, you're doing all that. We love it. But what I'm trying to spread in my message with music, that's the kind of vibe that I'm going for, is feel good music.
Yeah, I was listening to your most played song on Spotify, and you were going back and forth from like R&B and like just like singing.
Excuses. Shout out Baby Band. This is something that's life lesson. That song, when I first recorded it in the studio, we had like a 5-hour session. It was me, my homie Humble, a couple other people, in Bea, which is the female singer on the song. After the session, I was like, I hate this song. I don't want to release it. They all looked at me like, why not? Like, it's not even done. Like, it was something new for me. I was actually like singing, which I wasn't used to that. I'm used to like being a studio singer, nothing hitting crazy notes or this and that. But I hated it at first, and I trust the process. And at the end, 27,000 streams or whatever it is now later, I'm glad I put it out, because that just goes to show like you got to push yourself and push the envelope. And when you're trying new things, you're gonna be kind of scared at first. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna work, or I don't know this. Dude, trust your gut and trust your instinct, because I'm glad I did. I'm glad I put it out.
What would you say is your biggest challenge or obstacle as a musician?
Reminding myself why I started this. It's funny that you say that, because these past few months I've been in this battle with myself, where I'm like, I want to get back to the basics, because being an artist and being caught up in like TikTok trends and this and what's the next thing, we got to do this, we got to do that. When you're so focused on all these other things, you start to lose the passion of what you first started this in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So I just wrote a song with my friend Justice, and it's called A Letter to You. It's a love letter, and it sounds like I'm writing it about a girl, but I'm actually writing a love letter to music, speaking in ways that like I want to get back to the basics. Like, why'd I start this? I started this because of this and that. So I think that's the biggest obstacle, or what you mentioned, is trying to just stay grounded and remember, you know, why you started this in the first place. It wasn't for the money, it wasn't for the fame, it wasn't for none of that. You started this because it was therapeutic, or for me at least, it was therapeutic, writing and putting music out and creating, and still is to this day. So
what inspires your songwriting?
Listening to other artists and what they went through, and trying to put in my head like, oh, I wonder what they were thinking when they were writing this, or where they're at in their life, or when they're in the studio, or this and that. I go back to Rex Life Raj. I went to another album release party in San Francisco for him, and it was for an album that he dropped called The Blue Hours. Amazing. He talks about his mom and his dad passing away, which my mom passed away when I was younger, so I relate to that. So hearing that, and then when I went to the album release party, he was talking about like where he was in his room, and just being very like detailed about the process of writing or whatever. So I think that inspires me a lot.
Is there a specific audience you gear your music towards?
I want to make music like the artists that I listen to, not completely like rip them off or copy, but you use them as inspiration. You know, like Rex Life Raj is a good one who I mentioned, Saba's a good one, Logic's a good one. The list can go on and on. Their type of audience, they know what's up.
What do you want your listeners to take away from your music?
Other than just having a good time and taking the journey to listen to the story, all I hope is I hope they would feel some type of vibe with it. But, you know, people interpret music in different ways. You know, they can hear a song that I thought that was super vibey, but when they hear it, like, oh my God, this sounds like really dark and scary. So it's weird. It's a weird thing, because music, everyone interprets it different, you know? What
is in the future for you and your music? Are you dropping anything new?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. So I am dropping a new single. It's called P's and Q's, which I'm so excited for.
Tell us the date.
April 5th. By the time this comes out, it'll probably be out already, so go check it out.
Every single thing I touch, blow up, can't keep my hands to myself. Why would you think I won't show up? That would be bad for my wealth. I've been given all what I receive with. I've been blessed what you wouldn't believe.
P's and Q's. So what's funny about that track, I took a trip to Europe recently in December. I went to London, Paris, Amsterdam, Italy, Germany, saw the whole world. It was more of like a pleasure trip, but I wanted to take advantage of it and record content out there. So I had bought a camera right before I left to Europe, and the day before I left, me and my friend Humble, which is like my co-writer, we write everything together. We wrote a song. I'm like, look, we're gonna write this. It's gonna be hard to write, but we're gonna write it for like the future. I'm going to Europe in like a day or two. Let's write this song about Europe. We wrote, there's certain things that I say in the song about like Amsterdam, Italy, whatever. But what was so funny is just like, we just filmed everything like vlog style everywhere we went. Like the last day of our trip, when we were in London, last day, shot content. Went to Italy, last day, we made sure we shot content. So in the video, you're gonna see like, it's just so dope. Like,
yeah,
I've never shot, like who can say I shot a music video in Europe? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so cool. So yeah, P's and Q's dropping April 5th.
How has music changed your life overall?
Music has changed my life in so many ways. It's taught me a lot of life lessons other than like discipline and consistency and all the bells and whistles of that. But music has taught me a lot as far as being patient, because this type of industry, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like, music has taught me a bunch of patience, because this doesn't happen overnight. And for the people that it does happen overnight, those careers don't end up lasting a long time. It's those artists that build and build and build and build over the years, that have a fan base already. So when it's time, because it's always gonna be that right time. I don't believe in good luck. I think luck is when chance and opportunity meet. That's good luck. So the more you keep doing it, the more you keep building, people are gonna say, oh, that's overnight success, this and that. But you know the struggles that you had to do, waking up at this time, or staying at the studio till 4 in the morning, or doing this, doing that. They don't see that. So, you know, the people that know and that wasn't an overnight success, that are still here in the game, they were grinding. Yo, what up? It's your boy Airick G, and I'm sitting down with Antidote 41, and I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. That's it for me.
You can notice you, G. Every single thing I touch, blow up, can't keep my hands to myself. Why would you think I won't show up? That would be bad for my wealth. I've been given all what I receive with. I've been blessed what you would.